So if you haven't already heard, Will Day has fractured the same foot he fractured at the start of last season and is set to miss 3 to 4 months minimum, requiring foot surgery. Also, James Wopel, who was a free agent at the end of the season, is yet to sign a new contract. So let's talk about it. So after Hawthorn's game against the Giants, Will Day was complaining about some foot pain on the Monday, and after scans revealed that he's got another fracture in the same foot and he's going to miss 3 or 4 months. So what does this mean for the Hawks for the rest of this season? Fortunately, James Wopel was coming back for our clash against the Power and Gather round, where I think the person to replace Will Day, at least for the short term, is going to be Henry Hustwaite. 2 games so far in the VFL, averaging 34 touches, including a 38 disposal game against the Kangas last week. And yeah, the kid's looking good. He's only 20 years old, 195 centimetres. Another big body midfielder to add to our already big midfield, and I think he's probably going to be the next player to step up in Day's position. I think option 2 would be to bring in Jasper Scaife. He was picked up in the mid-season draft, hasn't played an AFL game yet, but with us lacking height up forward, I think putting him at full forward and moving Dylan Moore into the midfield to play major minutes in the midfield might be our next bet, considering we need to fill gaps, we need to fill in holes, and Scaife is averaging 2 goals and 5 marks in the VFL so far in 2 games. Look, he might be raw, he might be not our best option, but when it comes to balancing the team, if we can bring him in just to contest the ball and bring the ball down to our small forwards, I think it wouldn't be a bad call to bring him in. But this is probably the most unlikely decision. I think Hustwaite is going to be our first selection, but I think Sam Mitchell is going to do his thing. He's done extremely well so far this year, and I think, this decision is going to make or break our season. Now, Wopel, unrestricted free agent at the end of the season, just turned 26 years old in January, and last season was 4th in the AFL for inside 50s. So, he's an extremely valuable player to this team, regardless of the form he's in. He's our 3rd best midfielder. If you look at our best midfield, it's Day, Newcombe, and then Wopel's in the guts with those 2. And, I think he's still in the right age bracket. We have to re-sign him, really, especially if Day is going to be inconsistent with the injuries, because every season he unfortunately has an injury. And if Day is going to miss extended minutes or extended time as our best player, we need to have good depth and backup. And I think Wopel has done enough in the last few years to earn himself a nice contract. Wouldn't be a max contract by any means, but he's definitely done enough to earn himself a contract because he is one of our best players, arguably our 5th or 6th best player in my opinion. So I think he has to be signed, has to stay at the Hawks for 2026 and onwards. From reports, Geelong, Essendon and St Kilda are pushing pretty hard for Wopel, but I think with Day's injury, the price is going to go up quite a bit. He's going to get a nice little bonus because of this injury, and I think, the Hawks are most likely, I'll say there's an 80% chance, 80 to 90% chance he's going to re-sign with us for minimum 3 to 5 years.